Hello, everybody, and I hope you are having a great start to your week. We will start today's weekly town hall meeting, June 13th, 2022. Today's agenda: projects and development updates, marketing updates, collaboration updates, and Q&A. Robinson, can you please start us off with project and development updates?
Sure. Okay. Now, let's start our updates with process improvements. This one, our long-standing one, elk. We have finally made some progress here. We have this environment logs.peerplays.com, which is now kind of healthy. I'm not sharing further details because there could be some security issues out there. And on the Bitcoin deposit screen, we have the documentation is ready for publishing, and it's the content team will be taking up the next steps. Those are on our process improvement list. On the Dex UI, our releases and the QA release as well as the mainnet release versions remains the same. However, we do have work going on. Let's go to the next slide to see the progress. So we have very large number of items in a pre-release status. What this means is that we are yet to do a release because we're working on the Whale Vault integration. Once we have the Whale Vault integration in a meaningful manner, we will go ahead and do a release. So that will also bring a lot of momentum to these two graphs. Burn down and burn up charts will look a lot more different once we tackle all these items which are marked as pre-release. That's on the next UI. Next slide. Please go to the next slide. Yeah. So this has only one item is in review right now, and two new bugs has been identified. And there is one feature in progress, which is our Whale Vault integration. So I believe we'll have an early preview for Whale Vault ready by next week. Probably I've been testing this, so I think we can do a Q release sometime next week. And on the next, here also the version, the QA release remains the same. Another major work which is happening is we are doing an early usability review of what we have completed so far. So we are seeing slight changes from the UI screens which has been originally created. So we are reviewing this because some of them could be obvious changes. So we are going through this, and we will come up with a list and decide on next steps. And on another aspect, on next also we are working on the Whale Vault integration. And here is our current progress. So in the past week, we have 12 new shares being new items closed, and there's so as I indicated, the release is remains the same. So a lot of the tickets are not closed. So next week we'll be able to do a release. Hopefully we'll be able to do a release and get a lot more progress in these graphs. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Just a summary of Whale Vault. This is mostly a reminder and the same slide from the previous weeks. So this slide is just to show that this work is ongoing and very much on track. So that's on the Whale Vault. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, export. So this has been major work in the last couple of weeks. And one funny note is that in terms of the disk size, this has become our biggest, bulkiest project. Even the Peerplays blockchain with around 400 branches is just 33 MB. But this project is now bulked, and this is a 600 MB project now. And we've been figuring out how exactly to reduce the size of the JIT repository. So that's one peculiar note about this project. And for the EXEs for the Windows, Mac, and Linux, we have successfully bundled it for Windows 10, and release 2.01 has been uh, done. So anybody can download the Dex bot for the mainnet and try this on Windows 10. But when it comes to the Linux and especially the Mac installers, we're having um, surprises. So we are working to address those aspects. This newer installer. This is a much better, leaner one. The size is also very small, and this gives a typical exe file or a executable for Linux and Mac, which can be opened and then connected to the mainnet and everything. And we need a formal QA of the executables. And here is our graphs, and we have closed a lot of issues primarily related to the Windows Store. And we were also seeing quite a few issues with respect to creation of workers, etc. etc. All those are gone without any changes to the code base. They were mostly to do with how the Python application was bundled and how this installer was created. So we have managed to tackle most of these aspects, and hopefully this week we'll have the installers for Linux and Mac also will be on. Next is the blockchain updates. So here we had this major issue regarding replay, and when the replay was interrupted, we had a lot of issues, uh, a lot of bugs, and there was also an issue when we were trying to replay back to back, like interrupt and then replay or download, try to download the files or sync the files again. There were like numerous issues like increase in the blockchain sizes. Essentially, it used to double every time if you don't clean up the blockchain folder, and if you are replaying it. We had this problem of doubling the blockchain disk size. So most of those issues are now addressed. It took us a very extensive effort to address these long-standing issues. So now we also have to we are we have a checklist for the mainnet release now. So this particular release, we are also changing the build process a little bit, and we also have support for Ubuntu 2004. So supporting documentation needs to be updated, and our the script, the run.sh script for the Peerplays in a box, or the Peerplays in a box script, that also needs to be updated. So we're working on those items. So all those related items. Once these are completed, we'll be going ahead and doing the mainnet release. So at this point, there are no issues, no known issues on the develop branch. And if anybody can test, especially these nasty issues which I just mentioned about, it is greatly appreciated. And yeah, on the Ethereum Suns, it's on progress. The discovery phases and it's on. So this week onwards, we'll have more hands available on the Ethereum Suns, and in the upcoming weeks, we'll have a lot more progress. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Here is our burn down and burn up charts. So in terms of numbers, we only have two issues closed, but those were extensive, those required extensive QA and development work. Let's go to the next slide. So here we have no new bugs being fixed, but we do have two features in testing. One from previous week, and we also have two items in review. So these are not going to be part of the release. These new items, these items in the review. So we are not going to be focusing on this point, but we'll be rather focusing on mainnet release. Okay, that's on the blockchain updates. Let's go to the next item. Peerplays Python library. So we have the performance testing going on, but this is mostly delayed due to our focus on the bookie. So we don't have much happening in this context in the previous week. So let's move on to the next slide. On the trade hands NFT components. So the previous week was mostly we were investigating how these NFT objects are being used and how to display them in various formats, etc. And in addition to that, we also have the UI in progress. Let's go to the next slide. So here is our charts. There isn't much happening in here. And we all, and in terms of resources, we only have two people on this project. Okay, let's go to the next slide. This is on the Express NFT project. So right now we have around half a dozen items in review, and we're trying to complete these items in review and have a demo. So what the idea is that we have a public demos set up, and we would mostly have a video recorded for the demo so that we can reach meaningful conclusion for this project. Okay, let's go to the next slide. On the both side of things, so the slide remains same as previous week. So what's happening is we are finding various bugs while setting up posts. So there are around half a dozen bugs across Couch Potato app and posts. So we have been working on those. And Bookie Pro, we've been trying to set up Bookie Pro on a public portal. It is going to be bookiepro.peerplays.download. Soon we'll have a Bookie Pro instance running on that portal. So we have these in progress. And we do have these bugs, which is so the progress is not as fast as we wanted it to be. Okay, let's next slide. Okay, so I guess that's all from the development team. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bonson. Michael, marketing updates, please.
Hello, everybody, and happy Monday. The marketing updates for this week. We have the SWAT project for the 2022 projects. Stage 2 forms will be sent out this week to the people who will be participating. Just waiting for a final couple pieces of information from Jonathan. Once I have those will get sent out, and we'll be able to continue getting everything set to use as the background and basis for all our marketing activities going forward. The rewrite of the new witness documentation for clarity and ease of use for new witnesses is ongoing, and we're continuing on the tutorial videos with graphics and voiceover being done. The employer branding refocus is going. We've got the website with the jobs already going. We're receiving applications for them. We are creating a new employee focus page. So what's going to happen is we're going to select an employee for Peerplays and give them a little bit of a spotlight and show them. It'll give the opportunity for the employer to let people know who they are, what they are, and any of the people that we follow and follow us will be able to see who the people are behind the project. It's just another step in that direction. And as Robinson mentioned, the Bitcoin Sun's deposit and withdrawal article is complete and will be published this week. And we're looking forward to getting that out so people can actually follow the instructions and be able to use it. That's it from my side. I can turn it over to Sala for the performance side of things.
Thank you, Michael. Good morning, everyone. So in terms of performance for the last week, we had less traffic to the site due to we are pausing the campaign for witness and also optimize the campaign for job career pages. But the good thing is that the bounce rate is improving, which is a good indication of the user experience and the conversion on the site. For the main pages. Next, please. For the main pages that drive traffic is the job submission pages plus the home page, which it reflects the campaign that we are running for Google Ads for the career pages, and also the home page is mainly organic traffic. And for the articles, also as you see, we started getting keywords for the articles. In terms of social media, last week, for the social media last week, we got improving in terms of Twitter engagement and activities, and also YouTube. Since we started the sub channel of reactions videos of the crypto events and some influencer videos, and Jonathan is doing a reaction. So starting this week, we will see huge improvements based on some experiments we are running with the team to get the algorithm to catch on the videos and get better reach. So that's for the last week summary performance campaign. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sala and Michael. Jonathan, collaborations update, please.
Thank you very much. So these are the collaboration updates for this past week. We had connected with Gaming Benefits Corp. They were interested in us working with another company called Upheaval that's created some kind of an Ironweave blockchain tech, which is very interesting in terms of its scaling capabilities. It was just introductions in regards to how we might be able to take advantage of that for further scaling with Peerplays. So that's still ongoing, but it was interesting nonetheless. In gaming, again, with esports project, we had another follow-up call. This is in regards to esports events taking place in North Carolina. We're continuing to collaborate with them. Still ongoing, no major developments aside from we had some follow-up meetings this past week on that. In community, Avalon Meta Labs with the Scenes community platform has made some progress in this past week, getting resolved. We're expecting this week to be when we will actually have it fully functioning in terms of self-hosting and whatnot, so that we can start to plug it into Peerplays with authentication and then utilize it for ongoing community platform. So that is good progress. And another one, which I don't have on the list here, I did connect with the Internet of Things project that is unnamed at this moment. They're interested in working closer with Peerplays in terms of this in terms of incorporating an Internet of Things. That call, we made some progress on that, but it's a long-term prospect. So that did happen this past week. So just wanted to mention that, although it wasn't on the list. So those were the collaborations for this past week.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Okay, on to questions, comments, thoughts. I had none that came in from the community, so I'll leave it open to everybody here.
So I'd just like to make a comment.
Okay, go ahead, Jonathan.
So this past week, we actually had some structural changes with the development group. With the development team, we had Henry, as you may have heard in this in some of the updates, who was involved as project manager. He's no longer with the team. This is part of a larger strategy in order to maximize and optimize our efficiency. As some of you may have noticed, we haven't progressed on a few fronts, which are not optimal in order to be able to better facilitate the velocity with the development. As part of the changes with the way the team is working, he was one of the people that had to be let go. So that's one of the changes that's taken place. We're continuing to review other positions in the team which may not be helping with the velocity, and we'll be making changes there also so that we can get everybody moving things ahead at a better rate than what we have been in the past. So this is one of the changes taking place in order for us to be able to better meet our goals with Peerplays.
Thank you very much. Okay, so that ends today's weekly town hall meeting, June 13th, 2022, and we will see you all next Monday. Thank you very much.